Once men have tasted caviar, it baffles me how they settle for catfish. 3 words. 8 letters. Say it, and I'm yours.
Hi guys, hope everyone is going well. You may have seen from the title, but we'll be unpacking Leighton Meester's real story life in today's video. Most of you guys might know her for her role in Gossip Girl of playing Blaire Warldove, but there are a few surprising facts from her life story. She wasn't born out of a privileged life. In fact, she was born in prison, her parents got divorced, and really had to work her way to get to where she's at today. Let's get right into it. Leighton Marissa Meester was born in April 1986, which makes her 36 today. She has 2 brothers, Douglas Meester and Alex Meester. And she was born in prison in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a rather unconventional birth to say the least. She was born from her parents, Douglas J. Meester and Constance Lynn. If you're wondering why or how does one gives birth in prison, here's why. At the time of her birth, Leighton's mother, Constance, helped her then boyfriend Doug, that is, Leighton's father, smuggle marijuana out of Jamaica. But it wasn't just her parents who were in prison. Her maternal aunt and her maternal grandfather were also part of this smuggling ring. Technically, Leighton was not born in prison itself, and her mom was transferred to a hospital for the birth. She was allowed to nurse her for 3 months in a halfway house, before returning to prison to complete her sentence. In the meantime, her paternal grandparents cared for Meester.
My parents had been part of a very interesting lifestyle, I guess you could say.
They were in prison.
Yes.
Okay. But everything's fine now.
Everything's all good. Yeah, my dad is an internet company. My mom's a writer, and so they live the good life now.
That's fantastic. So everybody, but that's a weird place to start.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Despite this seemingly difficult start, Leighton always said that she had a normal upbringing, and she said, "It made me realize that you can't judge anyone, especially your parents, for what they have done in the past, because people change." She also said to US Weekly, "It makes me very non-judgmental and open-minded. And I think it just makes me appreciate the things that I have now." Leighton grew up in Florida until her parents got out of prison. She said that her family has a crazy history, but despite everything she maintains a positive outlook on her childhood. She said, "I played outside. I went to the beach. There were happy fun times. I consider myself lucky. I was loved." It really seems that it was quite an unconventional childhood, but one that she keeps a fond memory of. Since she was young, she participated in a range of productions at local playhouse and loved theater from the beginning. Unfortunately, her parents separated in 1992. When she was 10 years old, an agent spotted her at a modeling convention, and so Leighton, her siblings, and her mom both moved to New York City. Her mom already had some financial difficulties prior to moving to NYC, because it was difficult finding work post-prison. So when they moved to NYC, their financial struggles increased because of life in NYC just being generally more pricey than in other states. From there, her and her mom lived in a series of what she called dodgy rentals. She said, "I worked a lot, even though I was just a kid. It seemed normal to me." She had more to worry about than typical teenage drama, like whether they would have enough money to buy food. She attended the professional children's school, and she began working as a model with Ralph Lauren. She also modeled for Limited 2, along with Amanda Seyfried. Small world, NYC. When she was 14 years old, her family took another decision to move again to Los Angeles, and she attended Hollywood and Beverly Hills high schools. Her first role was on an episode of Law & Order when she played a murder victim's friend. Following that, she also appeared in a few TV show episodes, like Boston Public in 2001.
When my father gets like this,
Sarah, this was consensual.
of course, we love each other. I'd marry him.
Once and Again in 2002 and Family Affair in 2002. Meester was transferred to a small private school, and she also graduated 1 year earlier than usual. She said that she actually didn't go to her high school graduation. She said, "I'm okay that I missed it. That week I was in Hawaii working." After that point, all the roles really start to move quickly. You can see in her filmography here that there really is a wide range of roles that she gets into, and some of them being more mature as well. She played in Tarzan, where she was actually blonde, which is apparently her real hair color.
Scared me to death.
get 2 jobs and work your way through school like I did.
I'd rather rob a bank.
It was somewhat weird to see because we've been so used to seeing darker brunette hair, although blonde does suit her, to be fair. She then goes into really quite a lot of TV shows and also some movies. In terms of TV shows, she was always there to play just a few episodes.
I have 2 jobs. I don't have time to sit around all day waiting for you to show up. Apologize for being a pompous jerk. You were arrogant, patronizing, condescending, and presumptuous. In other words, you were pompous.
But for most of the episodes it wasn't a recurring role until 2007, where she lands the role of Blaire Warldove in Gossip Girl.
I have an idea for you. Quit. Your boss is a bitch. Let's go get lunch.
You've probably seen or heard, but it was 6 years of her career, 2007 until 2012, where she was cast as Blaire Warldove. She first auditioned for the role of Serena van der Woodsen, but told the producers that she could better play Blaire. However, it was important that Serena was blonde, and Blaire was brunette. Leighton was obviously blonde during that time, but allegedly, during the audition, she went into the sink and dyed her hair brunette. She really wanted it. There was later revelations from one of the executive producers, Joshua Safran, that Leighton and Lively, so Blaire and Serena, were not actually as close as how they were in the TV series. He said they were friendly, but they were not friends like Serena and Blaire. He also said that they just had different personalities. For example, Blake knows what's happening, she knows this movie is coming out, what band is happening, whereas on the other hand, Leighton is more removed and quiet, and so after her scenes are done, she might just get a book out in the corner. Whether it's true or no, we don't know. Although someone else from the show, Michelle Trachtenberg, who appeared on the show as Georgina Sparks, said when we were filming there was, Leighton hates Blake, Blake hates Leighton, blah blah. Which in reality, we were all chill. It was cool. There was another story that was said where Blake basically took to Instagram to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of her appearance at the Emmy Awards with her co-star Leighton Meester, where she says 10 years ago, X-Heart, X-Heart. As of November 2022, this picture is no longer there. Although, at some point in 2019 Blake removed all of her Instagram pictures except one post, which was to promote for a new project. So anyways, that picture of both her and Leighton from 2009 is no longer there. Leighton also talked about the sex scenes that she had to do on Gossip Girl. She said, I'm 20 years old at the time, doing scenes of not just sex, but also sexual fantasy stuff. We were 20. So whoever was looking at it, certainly girl that were actually 16. I was playing a 16-year-old. Other actors from the Gossip Girl series also spoke about the scenes. For example, Penn Badgley, who played Dan Humphries, went on to say that if there was actually 15 or 16-year-olds in these teen shows and movies, everyone would be like, what the F? And it wouldn't be funny, and it wouldn't be sexy. They also talked a little bit about the rest of the show, smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, drinking alcohol throughout your early teenage years, which was not really depicting a healthy or idealistic lifestyle for young people. Blake Lively also said that she didn't like filming the sex scenes for Gossip Girl. In a 2015 interview with Allure, Blake said that she and Serena van der Woodsen are 2 different people. She said, I would not be proud to be the person who gave someone the cocaine that made them overdose, and then shot someone, and slept with someone else's boyfriend. People loved it, but it always felt a little personally compromising. You want to be putting a better message out there. Chase Crawford, who played Privileged, Nate Archibald, joked that he lost his dignity somewhere on set. I think it happened around season 2. Leading into season 3, it was all out of the window. Despite this, there's no denying that the show skyrocketed Leighton's career, and, whilst it was not the best depiction of the best teenage life, Leighton also made comments in previous interviews that she would not rule out the possibility of a cameo at some stage. Allegedly, there was another drama between Taylor Momsen, who played Jenny Humphries, and Leighton. One thing that might not have been immediately apparent, or known to Gossip Girl fans, was that both of them were pursuing musical careers. Jenny, we kind of saw it becoming who she was in her character. But Leighton also had solo hits. There were issues that began when CW Network used 2 of Leighton's songs on the show. But they didn't use Taylor's one, which reportedly made her jealous. Fans started to notice this, and CW even had to issue a statement to Hollywood Life to say the show will support Taylor and her music when the time is right, but her music is not ready yet. Ouch. Taylor eventually got her song on Gossip Girl by season 4, although there were other issues with Taylor which led to her eventually having reduced scenes in the later episodes of the show. Although this could be part of a whole other video. In 2009, Leighton Meester signed a contract under the Universal Republic banner. She was 23 then, and she said, "I am thrilled to be welcomed into the Universal Republic fold." Their reputation for nurturing artists combined with a willingness to break new ground makes it the ultimate environment for me to enjoy making music and explore my own creative boundaries. However, her album with Universal Republic never came out. She still appeared in several songs, including Somebody to Love with Robin Thicke, and Your Love is a Drug. She released her debut album, Heartstrings, independently, and this ended up being her only album that she did do. In October 2014, after performing at the Apple Store in New York City, she opened up about her song LA. She said that her song reflected her life in her 20s. She said it's about living in LA and being like, "Oh, look, I'm an adult. I have material things. I have a home and friends, and I'm a grown-up. But I'm just desperately lonely." Besides her work as a musician, during her time on Gossip Girl, Leighton also did a bunch of other TV movies. She did Drive-Thru, The Roommate,
What do you have? Pancakes. That's what I was thinking. Oh, what should we name her? Really? That'll be our secret.
Monte Carlo,
Don't touch the phone.
and quite a lot of other ones. Throughout and post her time on Gossip Girl, Leighton, along with the other Gossip Girl casts, really were the It Girl boys. They were the ones that everyone talked about, and they were seen everywhere. So Leighton went on Ellen DeGeneres. She partnered with Reebok to model sneakers. She was the spokesperson for Herbal Essences hair products. She was also involved in the beauty campaign for Korean brand Spoir. Vera Wang also selected her to be the face of the fragrance Love Struck in 2011. She was really involved in quite a lot of campaigns outside of her acting career. In July 2011, Leighton was also involved in a major feud with her mom. Leighton filed a lawsuit against her mom over the financial support that she was sending for her younger brother, Alexander. Leighton claimed that her mom misused the money that she sent for cosmetic procedures, such as Botox or hair extensions. And her mom made a counterclaim to say that there was a breach of contract and that there was physical abuse. Her mom also claimed that there was a verbal contract in place where Leighton promised to send $10,000 a month instead of the $7,500 that she received. Leighton, on the other hand, said that she had agreed to pay for her brother's medical expenses, as well as for his school tuitions, but denied that she agreed to pay $10,000 per month, which she said was a ridiculous claim. Her mom claimed $3 million damages against her daughter, which she dropped in November 2011. In June 2012, Leighton won the lawsuit and the judge rejected her mom's countersuit. It was later reported that Leighton did not sue for money. She did not want any reimbursement for the money lost, she just wanted custody for her brother, which she won. Despite this, Leighton was really mindful of not badmouthing her family in the press. Although in 2015, her mom, Constance, did an interview when she came out of the hospital where her son was, allegedly, being hospitalized.
He canceled his health insurance. It was like...
She canceled his health insurance?
Oh, yeah.
Her mom also claimed that Leighton canceled her brother's health insurance. She also claimed that Leighton cut Alexander out of her life. Although, all of these claims just came out of the one interview, we don't know for sure as to whether this is factual or not.
I wish he would forgive me for whatever I did wrong. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish she would just forgive me whatever I did. I'm sorry.
Let's now talk about her love life. This might be a surprising one for you, but Leighton and Sebastian dated between 2008 and 2010. The two met on the set of Gossip Girl, where he was a recurring guest star.
Her only problem is having a party all by your lonesome. Except she's not alone.
In 2009, Stan called Leighton the most interesting, sophisticated, talented, and an extremely funny person that I know. However, in 2010, it was reported that Leighton called things off because she doesn't know how to be in a relationship. She also reportedly said that, The experience was really hard and she was really sad when it ended. However, she also said that the split taught her a lot about herself and life. It was rumored that the track Heartstring was about Sebastian, although she never confirmed or denied this theory. In 2011, she was rumored to be with Aaron Himmelstein. They were rumored to be together at some point in 2007. But then they ended up breaking up in 2012. There really wasn't a lot of press between them two, as to reasons for the breakup, etc. In 2012, she met Adam Brody. They met up on the film, The Oranges, and it is rumored that their relationship began in 2013.
Don't you roll your eyes at me.
I'm sorry, when you try to play the stern father, it looks like you're pretending.
Your father is not pretending.
I'm not pretending.
Terry, do something. Mom and Dad split up. How could nobody tell me?
I'm taking myself out.
They got engaged in November 2013, and got married in February 2014 in what was apparently a very secret wedding ceremony. The two shared a second film together, called Life Partners, which they filed together a few months ahead of their nuptials. Together they got 2 kids. In 2015, they welcomed a daughter called Arlo Day, and then a son in 2020, to which the name is unknown. She opened up about being a mom, where she said that being a working mother is the ultimate guilt. She said that now that she's got 2 kids, it's a double whammy of like, well, there's a baby now, and he seems like he needs me. She said that when filming her movie, The Weekend Away, in Croatia, she was separated from both her kids for a month, which was obviously really long. From 2018 to 2020, she participated in the series called Single Parents.
We're single parents. We don't volunteer, we just try and survive until a time in the day when it's appropriate to open wine.
In 2019 and 2022, she also participated in the TV series The Orville, and in 2022, she appeared in How I Met Your Father, along with Hilary Duff.
There's no instruction manual for a broken heart.
What are you doing right now?
I'm working on a new album, so I try to record stuff whenever inspiration strikes.
She also did the film The Weekend Away, which is the one that was done in Croatia. In terms of her personal life, there really isn't much on tabloids, which highlights her desire to maintain a private life. Although we can find from her Instagram that she was involved in volunteer with Feeding America and the LA Food Bank in April. She also participated in an ad for Farfetch, which is a British-Portuguese, online luxury fashion retail platform. There you go, this was Leighton's story, her career and personal life. Thank you so much for watching, see you in the next video.